How's it going, YouTube and people of YouTube? This is Halen220 as always, and today I'm bringing you a game that's not Minecraft, believe it or not. This is Plague Inc. Evolved. Now, this game is basically like a strategy game, but kind of based around like what would happen if a disease got created, got released, infected people, and then killed everybody. Well, that's not really what it's about, but it's what you're trying to do. And trust me, this game is hours of fun. But let me just show you how this game is played. So I've already beaten the game pretty completely on casual, starting to work on brutal. But when you start, when you first get the game, you'll only start with the bacteria. Then you can work your way up, beating each one on oops, sorry, 1 second. Okay. On you know, the casual, no, not casual, the normal or higher difficulty. But as you can see, bacteria, most common cause of plague, unlimited potential. That's really all you need to know about bacteria. As you can see, it looks kind of cool. They show you all that. But then again, there's viruses. Looks like this, fungus. We got Murex worm, which is pretty cool, that you can affect how people think and such. Parasites, microviruses, kind of like zombies, prion, nanovirus, and bioweapon. All of these things are very cool, and they all have different playstyles. But let's just start a game with bacterial. We're gonna, you know what? Okay, so when you first start playing, I don't think you have any of these things. Basically, as you play and as you beat it, you get a new gene each time. So we're gonna go ahead and put on ATV boost, which gives us more DNA at the beginning. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put on, well, no, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and put on creationist. That'll just basically make it a decreased chance of mutating. I find that a lot of places that just have, like, you know, sea borders are kind of hard to get your disease into, so we're gonna go aquasite, and then hydrophile, xerophile. I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and start hydrophile because I usually start in India or somewhere that's a little drier. I think India's dry. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I feel like that might be a lie. Now, bacteria, I know they give you DNA when you devolve. So, however, some of them don't. You have to actually pay to devolve. Now, for anybody who hasn't played this game ever, that's like I'm speaking foreign language, but I will show you. So, normal is pretty easy. Casual is just it shows you. No one washes their hands. Research doctors don't work. Sick people are given hugs. That's casual. That's how easy it is. Normal. 67.3 people wash their hands. Doctors work 3 days a week. Sick people ignored. So it's whatever. Brutal, compulsive hand washing. Doctors never go home. Sick people are locked in prison. Mega brutal. I have not tried yet, although I think I can do it. I'm not sure. Anyway, it shows. This is just on top of everything else. Random medical checkups. Doctors invest in research. Genetic drift impacts evolution. Crazy stuff. Anyway, we're just gonna play a game on brutal. We're gonna name it whatever. I've just been using this. Let's see. What can we do? Let's see. What is a good name for our virus? Well, let's just say. What? Oh no, capital G gaming. Why not? Might be kind of funny. I don't know. So, like I said, I usually start in India, Saudi Arabia. I've also started in, and so is Egypt. Generally, you don't want to start in any place like this, and usually it's kind of good to start on one of these little islands. But I usually like starting in India myself. So yeah, you just click on where you want to go. Country. By the way, what I realized is this is Alaska up here. For those who don't know, it's actually part of the USA. But when you click on the USA, it's not part of it. And when you click on Canada, it is. You know, I find that kind of funny. It makes sense because these are all kind of one land border, but I just found this kind of funny. Also, Hawaii doesn't exist in this. But that's just my little nitpicks. There's no Hawaii anywhere over here. But anyway, that's my little nitpicks. Okay, so let's start in India. Now you just click it, you hit that little play button, and now you can see gaming begins in India. I don't believe that's true, but whatever. Gaming can now begin in India. Gaming has infected its first human. And then millions and billions after that. We can use to hot temperatures. It must evolve using DNA points to affect more people. Honestly, I don't think that's the only way it needs to affect more people. There are a lot of games that are very addictive. Anyway, so when you first get a country, you're going to see that little contagion mark. You're not going to get another country until, well, you know, a little bit longer. I'll turn down this volume just a little bit, kind of loud. I'm going to turn it down to about 20. Let me just show you the controls and such. Audio, general, you know, basically things like that. I turned the extra pop-ups off just because a lot of them are just helpful interface, normal, pause on background, in background. I tab out a lot, so that's helpful. This is just, you know, a lot of stuff you'll see in most games. Controls, it doesn't seem that you can change them right now, which kind of stinks, but that's whatever. And then this stuff is just kind of, you know, work in progress. But this game is actually an early release. It's not completely done, which is really exciting because it's already really fun. It's $10, I believe, right now. It's on sale, $15 normally, which seems a little like a lot, but I think this game's going to be really awesome when it's completely done. There is a 99-cent form on the App Store, so if you want to try that one. But yeah, up here you can see the days. Right now we're in 2014. I believe it starts from the day you create the video, or not the video, what am I talking about, the game. Anyway, we're going to change it to max game speed because these games can take a little bit longer. Okay, so see, I'm going to pause it just by hitting spacebar. This little thing popped up. It's a DNA bubble. Now when I click this, I want you to keep your eye on this 14 down here. When I click this, it goes up +2. So that's really helpful. You click those things to get more DNA. Also, those little contagion bubbles also give you DNA, and you always want to click them because if they go away, you don't get them. So right now we have 20 DNA. Now what can we use? If we click this little thing down here, or if we hit Q, we can see an overview of gaming. Here's all of our little genes we put into it before we started. You can see the start date, the plague type, all of this stuff. Also keep in mind the infectivity, the severity, and the lethality. Lethality is nothing right now. This thing really can't kill anybody. I mean, maybe they can fall off a cliff or something, but I don't think that's going to happen. Anyway, let's go to transmission, this tab up here. There's also symptoms and abilities. Abilities has to do with, like, you know, resistances, and just, you know, usually there are special effects that you have to do with the actual plague that we're using. Right now we're using bacteria, so there's bacterial resistance. Symptoms, we really don't want any symptoms because that'll get us noticed easier, and then transmissions is just how it's going to get out. A great way to start is just in getting all 5 of these, this one, this one, this one, this one, and then this final one, bioaerosol. But we're going to just start air, water, and then there's always, you know, upgraded forms of the ones you unlock generally, and always generally. That's kind of the English was strong with that one. But anyway, we got that. So that's going to help us spread. As you can notice, we're going up just a little bit quicker, and it's also going to go up exponentially. But in the world, we've only infected 125 people. Tsunami hits Egypt. Extreme tsunami hits Egypt. WHO analysis expects significant loss of life despite existence of early warning signs. Oh darn. Also, really funny about this game, you can read these news things. They can be really funny. Priest claim asteroid to destroy Earth in 4024. Millions of pre-orders on latest smartphones. You know, these aren't the funniest, but some of these can get really funny, and we'll see if we can spot them later. But yeah, it's kind of a slow start, but really, this is the cure bar right down here, by the way. I haven't noticed it yet, so they're not working on a cure. Kind of realistic in that manner. Let's click this. Aliens not interested in Earth, says Ryder. I don't see why they wouldn't. Okay, apparently the new social network is not really hitting its status quo. Oops. The soundtrack in this game is actually really good too. Kind of, you know, eerie, spooky. Not bad. India current surplus. Alright, so this is a little tip directed towards us. It says new rules for transport/hygiene of farm animals makes rural areas less vulnerable to disease. So what that means, if we were going to go transmission by livestock, it would be a little bit less effective because of that. But granted, I really never go with any of this stuff. You can, it's up to you, it's just your playstyle. I just like going for the bare basics, you know, air, water, pretty useful things. So actually we did move on to another country, Southeast Asia. by now, and you can see that because little DNA bubbles are coming from there. And actually, we're getting a lot of people. Gosh, I'm sorry. We're getting a lot of people infected. 5 million people. Also, it's a contagion bubble. We just moved to Egypt. Very nice. By the way, if you want to see which ones you have infected, we have Egypt, India, and Southeast Asia. This little contagion shows which one we have. This little death symbol shows which ones we've completely eradicated. And this little heart symbol means the ones that are completely untouched. And as you can see, that's a lot. If you look at this map, you can see this little red thing and the blue things. I believe it does actually become black if they're completely dead. And apparently we've killed 3,000 people. It's probably just because they fell off a cliff or something. Honestly, I don't know how they died, but it's not to us. We just spread. That's really all we do right now. Oh, look at that. We just spread 3 times. Major tourist opportunity. AC-130, safest place in case of zombie attack. Okay, pretty sure that's a plane, but maybe Call of Duty lied to me. Anyway, India is just exploding now. We have 200-something thousand, or 200-something million people. Now 300, 600, you know, it's just going crazy. That's kind of how this game works. It'll be a kind of a slow start, but anyway, we got basically almost all the infectivity we're going to use this game. Some symptoms actually give you infectivity, but you really don't want to work on symptoms, especially in the higher difficulties. See, here's one of the funnier things. Goat demands royalties from game dev. You know, just little things like that. Some of them are actually kind of funny. There's a lot of game references in here. There's StarCraft references, Minecraft references, things like that. Alright, so you just keep doing this. Tensions in Ukraine reached critical levels. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get extreme BioWare cell. That's gonna be really the max infectivity we're gonna get from transmission. We're not gonna touch symptoms. Sometimes these will actually randomly evolve. That's why I wanted to use the creationist gene. As you know, creationists believe that evolution really is nothing, so it's not going to randomly evolve. Darwinists believe that evolution is a thing because Charles Darwin believed in evolution and came up with a theory of evolution. But you know, that's another time. Anyway, what I'm going to get now is actually cold resistance. This is really helpful for Greenland, Iceland, places like that. I'm going to go ahead and pause it just to make sure I don't miss any of those. And that'll really help for these, you know, northern places. And yeah. That's just really my idea of that. We got Russia, we got Central Asia, we got all these places so far. We got New Zealand, which is really good because sometimes New Zealand won't get infected at all. We got Fornu there. Okay, so as you can see, we're starting to spread quite a bit. We haven't been noticed yet. That's not been noticed. Gaming is never noticed. Let's be honest here. I'm totally kidding, by the way. But, okay, we have 39 points. Now, we could go ahead and get cold resistance too, but instead I'm going to get drug resistance, because now that we're moving over into this area, you know, Canada has really good healthcare, America has pretty good healthcare, you know, these places have, you know, better healthcare. It's going to help spread better, having drug resistance. And yeah, that's just why we're going to get that. We're going to go ahead and get that. Alright. So this game, as you can see, we were actually spreading pretty well over in the right portion of our screen, which is actually where most of the population of the Earth is. Believe it or not, this place is quite barren when it comes to how many people live there. And once we get China, the world will be ours. Now, the big thing about this game, if you hit E, you can pull this up, by the way. You really want to hit Greenland and Iceland. We already got Iceland, but Greenland can be really difficult to affect at times. And if you give symptoms too early, they can actually close off their little anchor thing here. Anchors mean ports, and then, you know, these little flying things are airports. If they close that off, you're kind of done. Unfortunately, you can't really win at that point because they can't get infected. They don't have any way to get there. And by the way, if all dead or all sick people die and no more, and there are you know, well people alive, you lose. And if they cure you, you lose. If you, that's really the only things that can make you lose. Darn Finland. Okay, so we just infected all the rest. Now, what are we gonna do at this juncture? Well, we're gonna go ahead and get cold resistance too. That'll help us in Greenland. As you can see, it's quite slow. But let's go ahead and get genetic hardening. As you can see, harder to analyze in lab, decreases the future cure speed. And let's go ahead and make the world burn. Let's go to symptoms, go to coughing. Coughing's really great. Obviously, it increases the infectivity a little bit. Not really going to kill anybody, let's be honest here. Sneezing's really great because it does the same. It's not going to kill anybody. And it, increases how much you infect people. Let's go ahead and get fever, because that infectivity, again, skin lesions is crazy for infectivity, and so is necrosis. Now, necrosis is also very good for lethality, and so is total organ failure. So we're going to open up both avenues, just in case we want to go to either. But they're both kind of expensive, so you really want to save up for late game. Now, they're starting to notice that gaming exists. New minor disease is spreading. I'm not really going to start working on a cure yet, but trust me, as people die, see first death in Iran, now they're going to start getting worried. Now, necrosis already it mutated by itself, which is great. We aren't going to be mutated. However, we can't get total organ failure right now. Now, the reason is, if people die too quickly, they die faster than they're getting infected, we're actually not going to be doing well. But we have to make sure this number's going up, and this number is not going up faster than this one. So the Caribbean's working on a cure. As you can see, they're already at 5%. That's a lot. So we might actually just want to save for, just slowing them down. Now, I'm skipping through a lot of these a little quickly, and that's just because I've read them all so very many times. But basically, it's just saying WHO is starting to look at us. Now, all research is focused on it, globally, but we're really about to infect the last few people. So this is mutated now. That's going to help the infectivity again. Also, you see this little line right here? It's very, very kind of hard to see. But once you start killing people past that, you actually start getting a lot of DNA. So that's really what I'm waiting for. As you can see, now we're getting loads of DNA. So we're going to just save it up for now. So the cure's already 50%. U.S. President taken ill. Despite access to the best drugs, the president is ill with gaming. It's a stressful job being the president. Sometimes you just have to sit back, relax, and game, It's uncertain where the president can remain in power. Honestly, if everybody was gaming, I don't think anybody would want power. They would just be gaming. It's like that one guy that owns the world. Puns. Anyway, let's go ahead and slow down the cure. Now, this entire section is basically meant on slowing down the cure. Let's go ahead and get genetic hardening, which is going to knock us out of... Gosh darn it, Malwarebytes. It's going to knock us out of the ability to buy genetic reshuffle, which actually lowers the amount the cures actually been done. But that's alright for us, because we're gaining stuff pretty quickly, because we're killing people so quick. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get genetic reshuffle. As you can see, this got knocked back a few points. Soon we're going to have everybody in the world contaminized with this disease. Pneumonia, it's fine. Let them burn. Anyway, just to make sure, yep, nobody is safe. The cure, okay, so no healthy person left in the world. Now, what I like to do as bacteria, since you actually get refunded for devolving things, I like to go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. We don't need to transmit it anymore. We already got a lot of people infected. So we're just gonna go ahead and say yes to all that stuff. Genetic reshuffle, we're 2 points away, so we're just gonna unpause it for a second. We're gonna kill a few people. Gonna get DNA. Woohoo! Cutting it close. Cutting it close. Okay. So now we're gonna do this. We're gonna go ahead and reshuffle one more time. Just gonna pop it down to 88%. We're kind of close on the mark, guys. Honestly. I'm gonna get rid of cold resistance and all this stuff. Drug resistance even. I don't know if we can do this. So they start curing it. We're gonna go ahead and get 4 from that. Pneumonia's 4 more points. How many do we need? 33 points. I don't think we can do this, guys. I think we might have lost. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like they cured gaming. Unfortunately. Uh-oh. As you can see, people are starting to get well again. We killed 4 billion people, and fortunately they cured us. They found us in time, and they did cure us. We couldn't quite stop them. However, you've seen the game. You've gotten the picture of what it's like. We did get defeated this game, but I feel like we tried our hardest. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I really wish I could have won it or ended it on a win, but if you liked this video, please tell me, and I'll come back with ways to win and how to win with each virus, and etc, etc, etc. I am getting better and, you know, learning new strategies and things like that. But yep, thank you for watching. I hope this game's been enjoyable. I hope you guys are gonna get this game and try it out. It's really fun. Anyway, it's been Halen220 as always, and goodbye. Have a nice day.